Om Swastiastu. Good afternoon, Honorable Judge, my fellow participants, and distinguished audiences. First of all, let us all say thank you to God for His blessings, because today we are given the opportunity to gather with good health and spirit. My name is Anjani Luna Paramitha from SMA Negeri 3 Denpasar. And today, I would like to share my speech titled, Behind the Screen, the Hidden Impacts of Social Media on Youth Mental Health. Every morning, before we even get out of bed, many of us do the same thing. Our eyes are still half closed, our brains are still loading, but somehow our hands knew exactly what to do. We grab our phones and open social media. Within seconds, we see smiling faces, exciting achievements, aesthetic vacations, or even just people who wake up somehow looking perfect. Meanwhile, most of us wake up looking like our alarm clock personally offended us. I mean, am I right, or is it just me? Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever wondered how many of those smiles are actually real? Sometimes, scrolling through social media can feel like we're entering a silent and invisible competition. Who has the best life, the best body, the greatest achievements, or even just the best camera angle? And let's be honest, sometimes we spend 10 minutes taking a photo and another 20 minutes choosing the filter. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but I do that too. In this digital creative era, social media allows us to share our lives with the world. But at the same time, every post becomes a highlight. And many young people start to measure their self-worth with numbers, likes, comments, and followers. Suddenly, a tiny heart icon on the screen can determine whether our day feels amazing or disappointing. Yet, behind the screens, many young people are silently struggling with pressure, comparison, and mental exhaustion. Ladies and gentlemen, this raises an important question. Why does something that is designed to connect us sometimes makes us feel worse about ourselves? Well, the answer is simple. Social media mostly shows highlights, not real life. We are comparing our behind the scenes with someone else's highlight reel. As a result, many teenagers begin to feel pressure to look perfect and gain validation online. Ladies and gentlemen, social media itself is not the enemy. It is simply a tool. And like any other tool, its impact depends on how we choose to use it. As the youth in this digital creative era, we have the power to turn social media into a much healthier space. First, we have to become more mindful users. Instead of comparing our lives with the others, we should remember that social media often shows a small and edited part of reality. Second, we can use social media to spread authenticity and positivity by sharing real experiences, supporting one another, and raising awareness for mental health. And finally, we must remember that our value is not determined by numbers on a screen. Likes, comments, and followers does not determine our worth. What truly matters is our character, our growth, and the positive impact we bring to the real world. In this digital creative era, social media may grow and shape the way we live. But as young people, we may not be able to avoid it. But we can choose how we use it. We can choose to scroll endlessly and compare ourselves with others, or we can choose to create something more meaningful. As actress Emma Watson once said, The less you reveal, the more people can wonder. In a world where digital creative era, this social media to show everything. Social media encourage us to show everything. But perhaps real confidence comes from knowing that our worth is not defined by numbers on a screen. Ladies and gentlemen, instead of scrolling, let's start creating. Instead of comparing, let's start spreading positivity. Because in this digital creative era, social media will continue to grow, and being viral may last for a moment, but creating a positive difference can last for a lifetime. Once again, my name is Anjani Luna Paramitha, and I believe that in this digital creative era, the real impact will be created by teenagers who dare to use technology not just to connect, but to also make a difference. Thank you. And Om Santi 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 Om.
Download Tribun X sekarang. Menghadirkan lokal menjadi Indonesia.